Hey, what's up you guys, and welcome back to another speed build. So, sorry for being gone for another 2 weeks. I was on a very sudden vacation to Australia. So basically my parents have some things that they need to take care of over there, and they offered me very last minute if I wanted to come and go on a vacation with them. So I did. So anyway, today I'm going to be building in the world of Willow Creek in the Brook Bungalow lot, which is a 40 by 30 lot. And this lot's total value is at 106,217 simoleons. So some of you might realize that this house is already built for the exterior, the landscaping, the floor plan, even some minor furnishing, and that is because I'm furnishing LILSIMSIE'S unfurnished family home. And I'll link down her video in the description below so you can go and watch her video on this. Okay, so we're going to be jumping straight into the living room here, which is an open floor plan along with the kitchen and dining and also the hallways. So for this room, I used a lot of blues and some wood tones and overall a lot of the Parenthood pack, which you'll see in the kitchen and dining. But overall, I didn't do anything extremely different compared to LILSIMSIE'S actual build on this, but I still think that the overall style was kind of more me rather than the usual suburban style. Also, I was holding back on overly cluttering this build, but at the end, as you can see from the total cost of the lot, I can't say that I successfully did that, so there will be lots of clutter as usual. And shortly we'll be moving on to the kitchen and dining room. So one of the hardest things to do in a Sims build for me is matching the wood tones, since so many of the items in The Sims 4 doesn't have matching wood tones with one another. So you'll see that some of the wood swatches around the house will be mostly dark wood, but the open living space here will have lots of those orangey wood tone, like with the kitchen counters and the cabinets and also the dining table and chairs. Here I'm just decorating the kitchen, and I think this is the first time that I used that backsplash for the kitchen, and it works very nicely with the other Parenthood wallpaper that I use for the living room, since they have the same molding on the bottom. So yeah, it's very nice. And to the side will be the fridge and pantry, and so I put a microwave and a coffee machine there, and I think with the shape of the room being that way, it's a good idea to separate the kitchen area and the pantry area just to utilize more of the room. So originally I was thinking of making this a modern house, just to make it different than the original build, but considering how the exterior was designed and the fact that I was not looking forward to redo all of the landscaping to match a modern build, I was like, no, this stays a suburban family home, and so yeah, I just went on with this. Anyways, at this point of the build, I was just putting in some furniture on the hallways, so I put hampers, trash cans, an accent table with a fishbowl, and the activity board, the board that came with Parenthood, that lets you set curfews for your child, and yeah, I put that near the children's bedrooms. So now as you can see, we're in this room that was originally an office with an archway coming from the living room, but I wanted to do something kind of different, so I built a music studio instead. And I tried googling several images of home studios, and I think it looks great at the end. And I used this like stage equipment set in the middle with the spotlight hitting the background to make a sort of an audio slash video recording set with some extra stage equipment on the sides. And I also put in some guitars and randomly a violin, since there are no bass guitars, I think, in The Sims 4. And I also used this wall sign from Dine Out, which I think sort of looks like an acoustic board for the walls to make it seem like it would be a bit soundproof. And I also changed the lights to be a bit of a blue tint with some extra spotlights on the ceiling. Okay, so the next room will be the main bedroom, and this is for the parents, and I sort of went for like a bluish minty color scheme with dark wood tones and neutral wallpaper here. I think for a suburban and kind of country house, this fits perfectly, and I used the base game wall mounted coat rack with like the shelf above it, but I covered the shelf with the Dream Home Decorator upper cabinet. And I saw this trick in a video like maybe a year or so ago, so I really completely forgot who the original person who came up with this trick. But it looks great, and because I was getting kind of bored also with using that same clothing rack from Dream Home Decorator in every build I posted, so I tried to do something different. As usual, there's some clutter items like boxes, shoes, some bathroom clutter, and laundry, and I always gravitate towards these kinds of clutter because it looks nice, but it adds to the complexity of the final screenshot, and it also adds personality and realism. So for the next room, I will be showing you only one of the bathrooms, which is the ensuite bathroom for the parents, since all of the bathrooms will be a copy of this one, just with different layouts. So I also put in a washer and dryer combo on the guest bathroom, which is next to the main bathroom at the back. You'll see it in the screenshots. And so for this bathroom, I put in a shower and a bathtub and also a bathroom cabinet in the corner with a stool and a plant. So there's really nothing remarkable for this room. And for the clutter, I used that toilet plunger, which I got from the debug menu. And I saw Miss Griffey used it once for her build, and so I wanted to use it too for mine, and it's down in the debug menu. Oh, and also I do this thing where I push the showers into the walls a bit so that the shower head would look like it was attached directly onto the wall instead of an additional shower room wall, which I think looks better, and I use that trick for all of the showers in this build. So after the bathroom, we'll be moving on to the grandparents' bedroom. And since this is a family home, I thought it would make sense to include elders in the house, and I made the room to look quite vintage, I'd say, compared to the other bedrooms. Also, it's furnished in a very simple way. I also included a cat scratching post over here, and also since none of the bedrooms would fit a pet bed, I put the pet bed on the living room next to the TV and the sofa. I also made sure to give each of the rooms a trash can, or at least a trash can right outside of the room or in the bathroom. This is just for realism purposes since the Sims don't throw away stuff often outside of the dining room and maybe after they repair stuff. Okay, so this is the youngest child's bedroom. It will be dark blue and dark wood themed, and I used the kids room pack a lot here. I just bought this pack maybe a month or two ago, and I really liked all the furniture that came with this pack, especially the wardrobe, and I really liked the dark wood tone that came with it, and I used it for a lot of my recent builds. And as you can tell, I also really like cluttering desks, and so for this kit, I just put like generic school stuff, a lot of books, stationery, a backpack with a Void Critters poster on the back wall, and I also put a toy basket near the giant dog plushie. Alright, so I think this will be the last room that I furnished, and this will be the teen's room, and I imagine this teen will be the one who plays in a band and utilizes the music studio right next to the living room. And this also turned out to be my favorite room in the build. It's red and black themed, and contrary to stereotypical band kids, I made this seem to be quite a tidy person. They have organized books, and I imagined them to do quite good at school. I also gave them a trophy shelf to show that they won a lot of band competitions, I think. And I used a long dining table as a desk, as I usually do, and it gave it so much more room for clutter, even for the huge bookcase on the right. And I also gave the sim a TV, gaming console, also a smart speaker, and near the door I also put the new cactus plant that came with the latest SDX drop. And so I guess that's kinda it for this build. I really didn't say much about the landscaping on the outside because it is already done. I only put a basketball hoop, a swing set, and some loungers and a cooler box near the pool, and that's it. So next will be the screenshots, and as always, what do you guys think of the build? And starting this build, I will try to put all my future and maybe past builds on the Sims 4 gallery. My ID is LouisRP7, and that is LOUISRP7. And what do you guys think I should build next time? Leave it down in the comments if you have any ideas. And don't forget to like the video, share it, and hit the subscribe button. I post my videos hopefully every Friday, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!